Alright folks, we have returned. I'm now going to do another case in elite mode. I'm going to do one wedding and a funeral.
Drove past an accident about a mile up from here last week.
The turn must have caught them by surprise.
No, McGee, come on down. Faulty airbag, no seatbelt. That's Corporal's head.
Hey Matthew, are you ready? We need to leave if we don't want to be late to Lola Velez's wedding. I'm so happy she invited us to her wedding. It's been all over the news for weeks. There will even be an aerobatic show, and we're going to meet so many celebrities. Oh, but listen to me babbling on. Come on, we better hurry. Lola's wedding is about to start.
I don't see any point of impact within the car.
What's part two?
The airbags.
Isn't this the greatest party ever, Matthew? I'm so excited. Ooh, I can't believe it. Marshal Matthew. I'll shortly be married, and then I'll hop on a private jet with Walter and fly off on our honeymoon. Ah, Lola, you and Walter deserve all the happiness in the world, and thank you again for inviting us to the wedding of the century. It's a bit too glitzy for my taste, but I suppose the champagne is adequate. Still, it's not every day we get to witness Walter's death-defying stunts, Mrs. Johnson. Isn't that right, Marshal Matthew?
Get the car, Abby.
And look, here he comes now.
Car belonged to Lance Corporal Chad Dunn. He was driving.
Got it. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before, McGee, but you are the most helpful person when it comes to clipboarding situations.
Boy.
Thank you. I tried.
Oh my God, what the hell happened, Matthew? The stunt plane. It crashed. Right over there. We should go give a hand, quick.
Abby, you okay?
Let's go. How do you think it happened? It crashed. I know that's silly, but what do you think happened? You know, maybe the guy driving dropped his ice cream on his shorts. And bam, Luca! Next thing you know, his car's in the middle of a Chinese restaurant. Mostly we're not supposed to play in each other. We're not playing. We're investigating. I'm going home.
Okay, I have a couple of ×6 combos ready.
Some of their name on it. What's it say?
Oh no.
Can't read it. It's too small. Where are you going? How would you feel if you were little and a terrible wreck, and then you had to live with a
Plain pieces.
I'm gonna find her. And give it back.
Cupcake stand. Candy apples.
Abby, how are you going to find her when you can't even read her name? You
Abby, you look like you just saw a ghost.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we
OJ.
talked about this, remember? Ghosts aren't real.
I didn't see a ghost, McGee. I just...
Oh God, Matthew. It's the groom. It's Walter Fairbanks. His plane crashed right into the chapel while he made it to his wedding, only dead. My love, help, help. Someone killed my Walter. I know this is hard to hear, Lola, but this was an accident. An accident? Walter was the best pilot there is, and he'd been practicing this stunt for weeks. Please, Marshal Matthew, you've got to believe me. This is murder. This is a murder. Come now, Lola. For your sake, we promise to inspect this under every angle, and we'll talk to you shortly. But you shouldn't stay here. It isn't good for you. You agree with Lola, Matthew? You've got a point. A skilled pilot like Walter would have checked his stunt plane before flying. This has got to be a sabotage. We need to gather as many clues as possible. Maybe those broken plane parts you picked up will give us more information and... Really? You saw something drop into that cake stand? I didn't pay attention in the panic, but we should inspect it then. Okay, I'll get some stars, so sit tight. Okay, I have 10 stars. Let's examine the cupcake stand.
Have the bad things been outweighing the good things all these years? And I just never realized.
18. Wedding rings. Matthew, you found the wedding rings. The groom usually brings them to the ceremony. The shock was so violent it sent them flying into that cupcake stand. Oh, Lola. And to think she just witnessed her fiancé's death. You're right. It's high time we went to talk to the poor thing.
So I can go back to being happy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is, Mickey. Because then sometimes the Cartwrights and the Duns, they keep fighting no matter what the truth is. And sometimes...
Our wedding, our beautiful wedding. It was meant to be the happiest day of my life. The moment I've been dreaming of since I was a little girl. The whole world came to witness our union, and instead they saw my dream of a happy future crash and burn. I just can't believe my love is dead. That son of his, he did it for me. Oh, why didn't I stop him? What have I done? Hey, what are you cops doing with my sister? She's just seen her husband die. Can't you see she's in shock? What do you care, Esteban? You never even liked Walter anyway, and you were only invited because I had no choice. So you hated your sister's fiancé, Esteban? Unlucky for you, but you just become our favorite suspect.
Just like Mom, you have dinner on the table at 6 every night.
Hey guys, I'm home.
Of course, no one said it had to be cooked. Campbell's one-dish recipes, designed around one pan and your schedule. Made for real life.
Attention. Attention.
This is an urgent consumer alert from the
folks.
Annuity Action Network.
Pass the tissue test? See for yourself with Crest White strips. They're the way to
Okay.
win.
About his relationship. Just for the record, Esteban, not only were you invited to the wedding out of family obligation, but you openly hated your sister's fiancé? Ah, come on. Yes, I hated Walter. So what? So Walter seemed like the perfect husband. Smart, popular, and super rich. We'd have thought you'd be happy having someone like that in your family. Ha! Don't talk to me about family. If they had married, Walter would have made sure Lola never saw her family again. You see, Walter only loved Lola for what she had become, a super famous pop star, but he was ashamed of her past and her poor background. At least now that Walter's gone, maybe she will get back in touch with her family, her roots.
A box of crayons.
You're right, Matthew. It seems there was no love lost between Lola's brother and Walter. With Walter now out of the picture, we better keep an eye on Esteban.
And a delivery from overseas that make the distance disappear.
Plain pieces.
Paper and packaging. How life unfolds.
Introducing Ring, the world's most advanced doorbell.
I have delivery for you.
You can leave it at the door. Thanks.
Ring streams HD video and audio to smartphones and tablets. Order your
16.
doorbell today at ring.com.
Excellent work, Matthew. So the broken pieces you found were parts of the plane's tail before it crashed. And you're right. This plane tail is completely frozen to the touch. Unlike the rest of the stunt plane, this isn't normal. If the stunt plane was sabotaged, we'll surely find clues of it at the victim's aircraft hangar. After all, that's where Walter also keeps his private jet.
How will Roman Reigns respond? Raw, live tonight at 8, only on USA.
As you can see, I got myself a good amount of stars.
Receipt found in his folder was for 15 large withdrawal from last November.
But it was not made by the Lands.
Wow, Walter's aircraft hangar is huge. And look, there's a private jet that was meant to take Lola and him on their honeymoon.
Kim didn't show up with her other
Walter was definitely a rich man, but sadly all the money in the world couldn't bring him back. You're right, Matthew. We know this is from where his plane took off, before the crash. Are you ready to search for clues?
That Scorpio was headed to Pendleton. They were running. She was going to move with.
Yes, I am.
15K in Oceanside?
Well, they tried for more. Seeing week of Cartwright's withdrawal, then applied for a personal loan for $5,000.
Using available funds is one thing, but applying for a loan, I mean, what could have been so important?
If you give me someone from the bank. Yeah. Don't grab me.
Yeah, it did.
He came in with his girlfriend.
Maintenance
I
tools.
remember him well. Marine uniform, well-spoken, everything all
A map.
organized in order.
Plan.
Folder.
Smudged plan.
I liked him immediately, but I couldn't get him. In part of history, and on his salary, I had doubts about his ability to pay it back.
You know what he was looking to spend it on?
He said he was
Excellent work, Matthew. We should search through that crate you found. It could give us clues about the victim's plane maintenance and explain why it crashed. And this looks like a map, but it's all smudged. Would you mind making it legible again? I know I would just end up smudging it even more.
He showed me some paperwork. It didn't look right. Accounted for cash flow only, no assets. I told him to be careful, but he said...
Oh, why not? Let's do everything now.
Does it have a name?
No, but he did say the company had something to do with some kind of solar stuff.
Green energy. We're going to search your house. I don't understand.
There we are.
Have you heard of
11.
a warrant? What for?
Excellent work, Matthew. You just recovered the flight plan, which mapped out our victim's itinerary from this hangar to his wedding ceremony.
Your cousin and life.
And, hey, you over there, Grimsborough PD, put down your tools and identify yourself.
Later, they never saw the returns.
I'm Jan Gobin, chief mechanic for Walter Fairbanks' plane. That means you had access to Walter's plane before it crashed. Needless to say, Marshal Matthew has a few questions to ask you.
What does that mean? I told him the truth. I told him I was going to get him some money.
Except you had no money to give, so you killed him.
What? No way. You got me on the money thing, okay? I did it. But I would never hurt Chad. Okay? He was family.
Okay. About the victim's flight. I can't believe Walter's stunt plane crashed. Such a terrible accident on his wedding day, no less. Thing is, Jan, it wasn't an accident. Walter's plane was sabotaged. As his mechanic, you prepared the stunt plane, did you not? Me? Why, yeah, sure. I even double-checked the stunt plane with Walter before liftoff. Everything was working fine. Until he crashed. You realized in what a dangerous situation you're in, Jan. But I don't know what to tell you. I didn't notice anything suspicious. And I didn't spot anybody in the hangar either. Everything was as it was meant to be. And I certainly didn't do it. I've been Walter's mechanic for years. To kill him would be to sabotage my career. I'll never find an employer who loves planes so much. I agree, Matthew. As the only suspect who had direct access to Walter's stunt plane, we're not going to let Jan off the hook anytime soon. Now, about the victim's flight plan that was found in the hangar before Jan interrupted us, it clearly shows the itinerary Walter took for his aerobatics display. So he set off from his aircraft hangar before passing over the West Bridge and ending up at the wedding ceremony. But to check everywhere ourselves would take hours. I can go, Marshal Matthew. I haven't helped you in an investigation in like forever, and if ever a piece of the plane fell elsewhere during the crash, you can be sure I'll find it. Wow, thanks for your enthusiasm, Ramirez. Well, here's the itinerary. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled. Moment.
Never see your grandpa again. Where did you go? Did you forget?
Okay. Check the maintenance tools now. De-icing fluid. So what did you find among those tools, Matthew? A can of de-icing fluid? Is this some product made to melt ice? You're right, Matthew. The broken plane part you found at the crash site was frozen to the touch. And here is a product that was meant to keep the stunt plane from freezing. Let's not waste any time and collect a sample. Good job on collecting that sample from the de-icing fluid can, Matthew, but I'm not sure whether that's its normal color. You're right. Since the plane tail that fell off Walter's stunt plane was clearly frozen, we should send this sample to the lab. How long is this one? 6 hours, okay? Get the results later. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we are back, and it's now time to get the results of the unknown substance. I analyzed the sample from that can of de-icing fluid you found in your victim's aircraft hangar, Matthew. Now before I begin, let me tell you about this product. De-icing fluid prevents clouds' water droplets from turning into ice. Without the fluid, the pilot could lose control of the plane. But I studied the composition of this product you gave me, and it's clearly not de-icing fluid. What is it then? This fake product is in fact a mix of chemical product that actually froze the stun plane quicker. Not only did it cause the plane tail to snap clean off, but the freezing cold must have affected the circuit board, causing a spark that made the stun plane explode mid-air. With such a sabotage, Walter didn't stand a chance. You're facing a smart killer, Matthew. For them to have created such an ingenious product, they must really master chemistry. Sorry guys, tablet stopped recording. So I'm going to speed up the autopsy. Well, Matthew, your victim clearly died during the plane crash. The impact was so strong that he flew through the window. Gee, you don't say. Walter Fairbanks is an excellent pilot. He even took part in last year's Air Force parade. In fact, he's never had a plane accident in his life. Someone like Walter would never have flown this stun plane if he knew it wasn't safe, which means your killer sabotaged Walter's stun plane at the last possible moment. Now, being something of an amateur pilot myself, I inspected the sabotaged plane, and even knowing something was wrong, I couldn't find out what. So although I can't tell you what the killer did to the stun plane exactly, it was a beautiful piece of work. They really know their planes inside and out. Is that really all you can tell us, Nathan? Yes, but sometimes, Jones, it's this single piece of evidence that can make all the difference in putting your killer behind bars. Knows aeronautics. I'm exhausted, Matthew. I was expecting a celebrity wedding party, not another criminal investigation. But seriously, who would have expected this wedding to turn out this way? I bet the tabloids are all over this dramatic ceremony. Marshal Matthew, I'm glad you're still here. You're not going to believe this, but I think I've just solved the case. Say what? We'll find out what Ramirez is talking about in Chapter 2. See you then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 2 of One Wedding and a Funeral in Elite Mode. You're never going to believe this, Marshal Matthew, but I think I've just solved the case. I know what happened. But what? How? It's all thanks to a tabloid magazine I was reading. In it there was a very interesting article about your victim. A magazine article? You've got to be kidding me. That's what Chief King said, and then he tore it up, but all the answers were in it. What about the victim's flight itinerary we sent you on, Ramirez? Didn't you find anything? Apparently some pieces of the plane fell into the river during the explosion. We laid them out near the bridge if you want to take a look. And you still want to read that article, Matthew? Well, even if it's all torn up, that's never been a problem for you. But which lead do you want to start with? There we are, 14. I can't believe it, Matthew. You managed to fix Ramirez's magazine even though it was torn up into 1,000 pieces. When Ramirez read this article, he thought he had solved the case. Well, let's see what it says. Fairbank's already looking for Lola's replacement. According to the magazine, Walter was seen with various young women only a few days after he announced his wedding. When Ramirez read this gossip, he obviously thought Lola must have killed Walter because of these rumors. It's just lucky you're not as quick to jump to conclusions, Matthew. But you're right, this still warrants another talk with Lola. About her relationship with the victim. Lola, we know you must still be in shock, but we need to ask you a few questions about you and Walter. We know there were many rumors recently. I hate this part of a celebrity's life. All the press and the gossip with their stories of Walter cheating on me. At first I refused to believe the gossip, but then so many magazines kept publishing the same stories. I admit I got a little paranoid. Who wouldn't be? So I cornered Walter in our honeymoon jet before the ceremony. We got into an argument. I even thought about canceling our wedding. But Walter reassured me. He was so sweet, he even offered to stay with me instead of doing a surprise entrance. But I didn't want to spoil the party, so I left him to his planes. His damn planes. I should have stopped him. I never liked those flying death traps. Even when my brother learned to fly, I was scared. This is making me sick. If Walter really did cheat on Lola, she'd never admit it, and she wouldn't take that public humiliation lightly. You're right, Matthew. Lola mentioned having an argument with Walter inside their honeymoon jet. Let's go and see what kind of fight it was. Okay, I'm going to do the private jet first. Broken object. Gloves. Wow, seriously, Matthew, no wonder Lola didn't want to cancel her wedding. I'd marry Walter myself just to fly in this jet. It's so comfortable and luxurious. But it's true, those mechanics gloves look a little misplaced in here. I understand why you'd want to have a closer look at them. And you're right about that broken object. It may have been smashed during Lola and Walter's fight. Either way, you're the only one who can fix it, Matthew. Got it. 15. You're right, Matthew. This model you pieced back together is a reproduction of the plane Walter crashed in. And look, there's something written on the wings, but it's all smudged. Trying to show how good you are with powder, Matthew. You show me another world. Good job, Matthew. This message is as clear as day. You've shown me another world, one of splendor. Thank you. The one who gave this gift to Walter Fairbanks seemed close to him. But you're right. Fact remains this is an exact replica of the stunt plane Walter crashed in. Maybe Alex can identify who wrote this message.
Speaking of employment opportunities, Macy's plans to hire about 83,000 people for the busy holiday season. New hires will work at Macy's or Bloomingdale's department stores.
24 hours.
Another company that's hiring.
Get the gloves.
Big box chain says it plans to hire more than 70,000 seasonal workers to help with the holiday rush. And mainland sandwich chain is opening up shop in Hawaii. Jersey Mike's slated to open a restaurant in the town center early next year.
There we are, 13. This sample has no particular smell or color, Matthew, but Grace should be able to tell us what stained those gloves you found in Walter's jet. 12 hours. And let's get the bridge entrance out of the way. Okay, there. Now everything seems to be ready. Seems to be in line. So let's get this out of the way. Flight recorder. Wheelbarrow.
Just a false return, so that's not rain there, but inward sections, a couple of light showers, tiny some light showers there. And as we head over towards Oahu, we're watching a couple showers on shore, and a few of those have made it over a couple hours. So
there we are.
Push on through near the airport, pick up some
wet rain. Document.
Saw some rain now into downtown. Seeing some scattered showers right now, so Chinatown.
Wow, I can't believe you found the stunt plane's flight recorder, Matthew. I guess when the plane exploded high up in the sky, debris flew far and wide. Let's just hope the water didn't damage anything. Can you unlock it so we can check? I'm not sure about that wet piece of paper you found, though. I can't even read what's written. And I'm gonna get some stars, so sit tight. Okay, I got myself up to 17 stars. Let's examine the flight recorder. MRH, AQX, E5Z, 16. Wow, almost. Well done, Matthew. Let's see what Alex can make of this flight data. "24 hours also. And the wet document. Wow, a restraining order. That document you found under the bridge is a restraining order made to keep someone away from the victim. And not just anyone, it's Molly Mocard. She's the victim's first wife. The tabloids went crazy over their divorce. I heard she never got over it. But she's also well known for being the creator of MoClab, a biochemical research company. Oh, she's also famous for trying to ruin all of Walter's following weddings. That would explain the restraining order, and you're right. Given that our killer has knowledge in chemistry, this makes Molly a strong suspect. Let's go talk to this wedding crasher. About the restraining order? Miss Mocard, Marshal Matthew found this restraining order filed by Walter Fairbanks. Maybe you could tell us what... That ghastly restraining order is her doing. That damn singer tried to keep me away from my husband. My dear Walter would never have done this to me. But the order was signed by Walter, Miss Mocard. It's Mrs. Mocard. I may not be married on paper, but Walter will always be my husband, even if Lola did try to steal him away from me. He was way more cautious with his planes when we were married. He even taught me how to pilot them. Oh, Walter, I miss him so much. Do you think Molly could have staged the crash so Walter wouldn't marry any other woman, Matthew? I mean, did you hear how she still called him her husband? Okay, and I'll see you guys when these three run their courses. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we are back. It's now time for me to get the results of these three things. First, the flight data. Matthew, I analyzed the flight data from the victim's stun plane after you retrieved it from the water, and it taught me a lot about his last few minutes. The flight data recorded all the communications going in and out of the plane, and it seems Walter was busy arguing with someone right up until the plane started to fall. Do you think Walter was too busy arguing that he didn't even notice anything was wrong with the plane? Sadly, I couldn't make out who he was talking to because of the water damage, but I isolated his interlocutor's voice. Interlocutor's voice. Maybe you could compare it to your suspect's voices, Matthew. Do you even have to ask? Matthew always aces everything. Let's see here. Oops. Oh, that was a little pathetic. Jan's voice. Unbelievable, Matthew. You took this voice print from the flight data and correctly guessed that the voice belonged to Jan. So Walter was arguing with his mechanic when something went wrong with his stunt plane. But what were they fighting about? You're right, Matthew. The only way to know is to question him. About his argument with the victim? Jan, Marshal Matthew found the flight recorder from Walter's plane. Would you care to explain why you were fighting with him before the crash? Walter was accusing me of having badly prepared the stunt plane, but it's unfair. I design all the maintenance products myself, and there's never been a problem till now. Had Walter lost confidence in your skills recently? It's Walter who had changed, not me. It's as if his interest in planes slowly turned into an interest in women. He started collecting marriages instead of planes, until the planes became a tool just to seduce women. When I confronted him about it during his flight, he threatened to fire me. I panicked and cut off all communications, and now I hate myself for it. I agree, Matthew. Jan made a pretty good case for himself, but as our victim's mechanic and a fellow pilot, he's not dropping off our radar anytime soon. Well, let's get the unknown liquid now. Matthew, this liquid sample you retrieved from those gloves in the private jet was quite the enigma. First of all, I noticed the sample contained molecules of fake de-icing fluid, the same fluid that was used on the victim's plane. So it's our killer who wore those gloves? I guess they must have hid at some point inside the private jet and forgotten them there. Now, the liquid sample that stained your killer's gloves also contained traces of hydrogen peroxide components. To put it simply, it's contact lens solution. I'm guessing your killer had a problem with their contact lenses while sabotaging the plane, and they must have rubbed their eyes. Thank you, Grace. So our killer wears contact lenses. Well, I certainly didn't see that one coming, Matthew. That's 362.
This handbag is $30 in department stores, but if you want it for just $19.99.
We're gonna go big this year, guys, with our end of the year sales event.
Okay. And the plane model message. Good news, Matthew. Identifying who wrote the message on this model you found was a piece of cake. This writing was already in our database. The handwriting has changed a bit since last time, but I can certify it's Adam Bentley who wrote that message to the victim. Adam Bentley? That young socialite who imitated Jerry Bigwell's handwriting? It looks like his penmanship has gotten him caught up in a murder investigation once again. After having gotten close to Jerry Bigwell, it appears Adam managed to befriend Walter Fairbanks too. He sure does get around. Come on, Matthew, let's go talk to him. Oh, some more energy coming my way, but I'm gonna have to get out of the 60,000. About his relationship with the victim. I'm gonna have to get out of the 60,000 mark soon. Marshall Matthew, I didn't know you'd been invited to Walter and Lola's wedding. I wish you didn't meet in such tragic circumstances. Cut the pleasantries, Adam. Care to explain why every powerful man you get close to ends up dead? Marshall Matthews found the plane model you gifted to Walter Fairbanks. Ah, you found my gift. I had made it especially for him, to thank him for everything he's done for me. Really? So you were friends? Of course we were. He introduced me to his friends and taught me everything about planes. It turns out I was a great pilot. And thanks to my knowledge in chemical products, I aced the plane maintenance aspect too. You really expect us to believe you never once wanted to take over Walter's life? You know, get close to him, act like him, and then get rid of him? Goodness, no. You could say I was his protege. I would never do something like this. We were very close, and his death affects me greatly. I can't shake this weird feeling I have every time I talk to Adam. I don't buy his stories. Do you, Matthew? Damn, Matthew, this investigation is exhausting. I thought life in Maple Heights was meant to be easygoing. Marshall Matthew, oh, I'm so glad I found you. Please, I need your help. Whoa, what's going on, Jan? What are you doing here? It's about Molly. Molly Mocard. She's about to kill herself. What? Uh-oh. We're going to have to stop Molly Mocard in Chapter 3. See y'all then. Okay, folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 3 of One Wedding and a Funeral. What do you mean Molly's about to kill herself? We talked to her earlier about her ex-husband's crash. She seemed crazy, sure, but not suicidal. After yelling Walter's death was Lola's fault, she ran away to the West Bridge, screaming she was going to fly into Walter's arms. Oh my God, Marshall Matthew. Quick, let's run to the bridge.
She doesn't have to go to rehearsal on time. I hate it.
I'm gonna do this. I did get some energy. But I will have to work my way back to the 60,000 range. Matthew, we need to try and find Molly before she jumps.
No, Stella. Your crescendo will completely swap the artist for his pianissimo.
Here we go again.
My poor Stella. He's so vicious towards her ever since Henry came. He's the most insufferable man.
For God's sake! How can we possibly rehearse with this whispering?
Oh, I can can see her.
This is Fletcher, isn't it? You'll have to leave. This is a work session. It's closed to the public.
Of course, Mr. Ranger, I quite understand.
She's Andrea's guest, and she's not the problem.
I'll see you there. At least she was listening, and she was here. How dare you do my Aria? What did you think? I didn't notice.
I was listening, Stella.
Molly Mocard.
Except you're 10 minutes past your rehearsal time. What? Eduardo! Eduardo!
See you, Signora.
Andrea Beaumont's on stage.
Andre, it's always Andre. Even when she isn't here, she's the only one you're interested in. And the rest of us are chopped liver.
Eduardo, would you clear everyone else off stage?
Oh, good.
Find Miss Beaumont now. Please. Someone answer the damn phone. See.
Phew. Nice work, Matthew. You saved Molly from jumping in the nick of time. And now that she's safe, maybe she can explain why she wanted to die so badly. I'm gonna get some stars first. Let's sit tight. Okay, I got all 5 stars. Now let's talk to Molly Mocard about her suicide attempt. Why did you save me, Marshal Matthew? You should have let me jump. I want to fly to Walter. Come on, Molly. I'm sure Walter wouldn't want you to give up on life so easily. You still got a chance at happiness, I promise. I can't stand being alive while knowing that whore was about to marry my love. She's not even honest about her appearances, wearing fake contact lenses, fake hair color. Everything about her is a lie, and she's a murderer. She killed my husband, and I have proof. I saw her fight with him just before the wedding. My camera caught everything. What camera? I installed a camera in the hangar to check up on my husband sometimes. I took it with me. I wanted to bring one last memory of Walter with me, but it slipped from my hand. I couldn't see where it fell. I took out my contact lenses before jumping. I suffer from vertigo, so I thought it would make things less scary. And deep down, I'm glad you saved me, Marshal Matthew. Molly's a creepy stalker who spied on her ex-husband via a hidden camera, but if we find it, we might be able to retrieve some vital information. She said it fell from the bridge, and if anybody could find it, that would be you, Matthew. And you're right. Now that Molly's safe, we should also think about recanvassing the plane crash. Maybe we missed something in the mess. I'm gonna take care of, you know what, let's just do this first. Let's just do the riverbank again. Got 2 extra energy from Ace, so I'm gonna use him even though he has 4 energy hints. Not that it matters, of course. And I can see it.
Now there's a better way. It's HDIS. We home deliver bladder control products. We understand what you feel. For over 25 years, we've home delivered to many of the 20 million Americans who deal with incontinence.
Broken camera.
We offer all brands, weekly shipping, and use plain, unmarked boxes. If we can help you or someone you care for, call for the free product sample pack and $45 for money-saving products. Choose the right product. And unlike stores, we're always
There we go.
you'll get what you need. Satisfaction and HDIS. The better way.
For your free
2 lucky cards. Cool.
$45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples.
Wow, I can't believe you managed to find Molly's camera, Matthew. But it's completely smashed after falling from the bridge. Fixing it just might be your biggest challenge yet. We'll see.
We had to get over to the New York Police Department, and I asked him to check again on our alarms. And it turns out this is his last appointment with his parole officer. In fact, he disappeared about 10 days ago.
So you think he may be General?
Possible. Certainly worth a try.
I already have his information. I've already checked with Passport Control. Other cops is not legally.
Well, not legally, perhaps. Maybe under an assumed name or forged passport.
There is no.
There we are. 15. Well done, Matthew. Seeing how fast you pieced this camera back together, I'm starting to think you have magic powers. Let's hope Molly wasn't just being paranoid and that whatever Alex will extract from this camera will give us valuable information.
Actually, Ranger is not at the top of my list. You know the phone call witness, the other
24 hours.
That was made from a public phone booth on the coast.
Okay. Plane crash now.
Perhaps not. That particular phone booth is located only 2 streets away from the apartment hospital for the project. You're going to die very soon. Well, as you saw, I know very
Let's see. What clues are there?
Senor Fletcher, come on, that little act has worked to my advantage for many years.
Maybe it's time to read some again.
A torn album.
Because all I want to do is to help my friends.
Faded paper.
Even though the voice is disguised,
Oh.
it is an essential speech pattern.
And the saxophone. Not my best score, but hey, learning the ropes again. Wow, someone really went to town on this torn album. Do you think you could put it back together again? And this looks like an official document, but of course all the interesting bits are faded. Matthew, would you mind recovering the text? Not one bit.
Reporter said he had an authoritative inside source who told him certain details that
might not be the worst thing, but I got today, hopefully.
Taking care of everything right now.
So, boss, I can't believe you would do something like that.
Softly, easy, Jim. Nobody would criticize me.
Just don't know how to explain this to Jonas and Andrea.
Why should you have to tell them anything? Yes, it's a lot for me. I just wanted to inform you that I know what you're trying to do to Andrea and why. But why should you really go to the office for this? Yes? Well?
13. Good job piecing that photo album back together, Matthew. But look, there were only pictures of plane crashes. What a frightening joke. And you're right, Matthew, there's a caption beneath the picture. Have a nice flight, jerk, Adam B. Photos of plane crashes that are a grim reminder of our victim's fate talks this hateful message. Adam has a lot of explaining to do. About the photo album. Adam Bentley, care to explain why you offered another gift to Walter Fairbanks? And what a gift, a photo album of plane crashes. He deserved that gift. He led me to believe we were friends. Walter helped me become integrated into the higher circles of Maple Heights. He taught me how to wear classy suits, advised me to wear contact lenses instead of my old glasses. But the truth was, I was just his tool. I was a provocative pet, raised to upset the uptight community of Maple Heights. What do you mean? You're hardly seen as a provocative person in this community. They look down on me because I'm not from one of those old influential families. Befriending me was like flipping them off for Walter. I was so mad when I discovered that, but fighting him openly would destroy my reputation, so I sent this gift, but I never suspected he'd actually crash. I'm convinced Adam could have planned Walter's death without blinking, Matthew. And you're right, he did say he wears contact lenses. Account closure notification. A bank notification. Good job recovering the text on this bank notification, Matthew. And check it out. It's addressed to Esteban Velez. His bank is notifying him his account has been closed at the behest of his sister Lola. Wow, this goes way beyond sibling rivalry. With no money left, Esteban must be furious. But let's go see for ourselves. About his money problems? Hello again, Esteban. Marshal Matthew found this bank notification, and we'd like to know why your sister would close the account she had opened for you. It's all because Walter Fairbanks was a jerk. He's the one who ordered Lola to cut off my money. He ruined my project. What project? Lola agreed to finance my awesome idea for a new contact lens product. It was going to be revolutionary. But then Walter came along and ordered Lola to stop financing it. Apparently he didn't believe in my project, saying it wasn't even Chemistry 101. Don't you see? Walter ruined my chemistry career. He shot down my one and only chance at fame and riches, and my sister didn't even try to stop him. I don't get it. Walter was rumored to be a nice guy, yet all our suspects seem to hold a grudge against him, which makes each one of them more suspicious than the last. I'm afraid King really won't be happy if we don't solve this case soon, Matthew. You're damn right I won't be, Jones. Arg! Well, I mean, I didn't see you there, Chief. Were you hiding or something? I was standing right here, Jones, but you obviously never see anything. Lucky Matthew's off in your eyes, ears, and brain. You need to solve this case before the media blows it out of proportion. I suggest you head back to the victim's aircraft hangar. Because... Alright, Matthew, that's where the stunt plane was before the crash. Quick, let's go before King kills me.
Your shipping is absolutely free. Just call or go online now to experience Signal Cycle in your home for 30 days for just $19.95. You can't get Signal Cycle in stores, so you must act now. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So call the number on your screen or go to signalcycle.com right now. Every time you lather up with shampoo, you're stripping the
I also have the new case is open, but this case will be uploaded in its entirety before I even get to this.
You treat your hair, you hydrate your hair, you strengthen your hair with natural essential oils, botanicals, and extracts. Just try it one time.
Arrow.
I think it's unbelievable that just using one enough once has made such a transformation in my hair.
When is revolutionary hair care that takes the place of 5 different products.
Dragon Banner.
So call the number on your screen or go to getwen.com/brush right now.
Black device, where is that?
You'll get over $50 in free
There you are.
and free shipping. A total value of over
Spring hose.
$170 for just $29.95.
I'm impressed, Matthew. This hose you found seems to be used for applying the de-icing product. The killer must have used it to put the fake product into Walter's stunt plane. You're right. We should inspect it to see if the killer left any trace evidence behind.
See what I'm saying? Hacking won't last. But for now, let's be clear. Clear still works fast. This back to school, get cleared skin for free. Limited time offer in stores now.
I think that Inspector Almaty is trying to say that there
Okay, let's see.
possible aspects to what has happened.
There we are, 16. Cool. Well, I certainly didn't expect you to find pieces of fabric stuck in this de-icing hose, Matthew. I bet the killer didn't notice their clothes getting caught like this. Come on, let's send this fabric to Grace ASAP. And this is also 24 hours. Cool. Okay, and that will do. I'll see you guys then when this is done. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the video camera. Matthew, I'm afraid the quality of this camera is too bad to really get anything out of it. It wasn't angled right in the hanger, and it's very blurry. It's clearly the work of an amateur. But Kathy played with video codecs and helped me find an algorithm. And we managed to find something. Isn't she a genius? Things seem to be going well between you two. Oh, no. It's because we kind of like the same things. Anyway, the video is still very blurry, but you can see Lola clearly fighting with Walter at one point. And Jan walking around working on that big private jet. Sadly, after that, the video gets very dark for a few minutes, but when the image is back, you can see a brown-haired figure sneaking behind the plane near the maintenance products. Of course, Matthew, this must be our killer swapping the de-icing product for a fake one. It's a shame we can't identify anyone, but now we know they have brown hair.
Find your rhythm and keep on grooving. Ask your doctor about your JO.
Some bras dig and cut. Others bulge and roll. Some are tough to close.
And even though
and comfort,
it's another 6 minutes, you know what? I'm just going to speed this up anyway because I need to get this off my chest. I analyzed the fabric you found stuck in that de-icing hose from the hanger, Matthew. It turns out it's high-quality fabric. But what's really important isn't the fabric itself. Once placed under the microscope, it's visibly stained. It's covered in a really dark substance. And after a few lab tests, this dark substance turned out to be mechanical oil. It makes sense. If your killer got close to the plane's maintenance products, they would get oil on their clothes. Thank you, Grace. Now we know the killer must have oil smudges on their clothes. Look out for dark stains, Matthew. Well, Matthew, I'd never have guessed this wedding would turn into such a gruesome investigation. But I guess we have all the evidence we need now. Let's arrest the murderer and close this disastrous case.
The Miracle Bamboo Bra is machine washable and never loses its shape. And best of all, now it's easy to find that perfect fit. Just match your clothing size. The Miracle Bamboo Bra
Okay, it isn't Lola Velez.
bra you'll ever own. In this specialty
It's
offer,
Esteban.
your Miracle Bamboo Bra in nude for just $19.99. But ladies, we know that you can't get by with just one bra. So order now and we'll triple the offer and give you a white.
I can't believe you kill your own sister's fiancé, Esteban, and on her wedding day. What choice did I have? Everything was going great in my life. Lola was suddenly famous, and I was making the most of it. But then Walter came along and convinced her to stop giving me money. She wouldn't listen to me anymore, not with him in the picture. So you decided to kill Walter before he finally married your sister? Before she could be free of you? Everybody knew he was going to do his little show. I knew exactly what to do. It was so easy, nobody paid me any attention when I snuck into his hangar. I just had to mix a few chemicals to replace the de-icing fluid with the fake product. He flew so high to impress everyone, his plane had to freeze. Just like Icarus, he thought he could get too close to the sun, and he crashed. Do you realize how you hurt Lola? If not physically, then emotionally. She's going to be scarred for the rest of her life, all for a bit of money. But you'll have time to think about what you've done when you're in jail. Esteban Velez, you are under arrest for the murder of Walter Fairbanks. Esteban Velez, you stand before this court for the brutal murder of Walter Fairbanks, one of the most affluent personalities of Maple Heights. Your Honor, don't get me wrong, but I did the city a favor. That guy treated everyone as a joke. He only cared about what people could bring him. May it be a new wife or a new plane, he was always lusting after the next big thing. Bigger, better, shinier. I couldn't let my sister marry him and then watch their marriage fail. He would have gotten bored and instantly divorced. This would have ruined Lola's reputation. I had to protect your honor. Stop searching for excuses, Mr. Velez. Marshal Matthew has proven money was your real motive. Why did Walter care if my sister gave me a bit of money anyway? It's not as if he needed it. Enough. Esteban Velez, for the premeditated plane crash and subsequent murder of Walter Fairbanks, this court hereby sentences you to 20 years in jail. You monster! Walter was a good man. You destroyed everything. You've ruined my life. I can't believe Esteban killed Lola's fiancé because she stopped giving him money. It may not even have been Walter's fault. If all Lola's family is like this, it's no wonder she tried to flee her past. I thought being rich and famous would be sweet, but people in Maple Heights seem to constantly be yearning for more, always going to extremes. Grimsborough needs more positive figures like you to look up to, Matthew.
Well, that was Jim Stuckey over at the garage. He said there's nothing wrong with the car. That nobody tampered with it.
Well, there you go. An accident, just like we said.
Well, maybe not. Miss Fletcher asked for it.
Okay.
About the seatbelt.
Take a look at the other ones.
Stuckey claims that the mechanism works fine. You yank on it and it locks.
Jan Gobin, no contact lenses. Adam Bentley, no oil stain. Molly Mocard, blonde hair.
That's good.
Lola Velez, clear from the start. I'll see you guys for the additional investigation. Alright folks, we have returned. It's now time for the additional investigation of one wedding and a funeral in elite mode. Well, Matthew, that was a smoothly handled investigation, and an exhausting one too. How about getting... Jones, Marshall, Matthew, what the hell do you think you're doing? Loitering around the station? Chief, Matthews caught Walter's killer, so we were about to celebrate. Celebrating will have to wait. Molly Mocard has been spotted near the bridge again. I will not risk her jumping and have people say we can't keep people from dying around here. Oh dear, we'll go check on her right now, Chief. Right, Matthew? Is it me, or is the Chief a little tense these days, Matthew? He could use some time off. We better go see Molly, but I really want to check on Adam, too. The way he tries to twist everybody around his little finger is exasperating and shady. Matthew, thank God I found you. Lola Velez called for you. She's at the Fairbanks hangar and she sounded very worried and well, I was wondering, Matthew, if it's no trouble, could I come with you to see Miss Lola? I swear I'll be very professional, like last time. I can? Oh, you're the best, Matthew. Thank you so much. Well, let's check up on Adam Bentley first. Marshall Matthew, I couldn't be more pleased to see you. I've been looking for an object of sentimental value for hours, and you expect Marshall Matthew to help you? Adam, we just wanted to make sure you were not making any trouble, that's all. Trouble? Oh, you are referring to my dealings with Walter, I expect. But this is in the past. I'm looking for a gift that was made to me by a dear, dear friend. Well, good luck finding it on your own, but we're keeping an eye on you, Adam. Can you believe the nerve of this man, Matthew? Thinking we'd help him search for his silly gift. On the other hand, looking for that gift could be instructive. Maybe we could learn a bit more about what Adam is hiding. And it won't take you much time to find it, Matthew, right? It'll be a matter of minutes, I'm sure. Let's do it.
Well, it appears we're here for the duration. They just put out an APB on it. Get my hands on it myself. Look, I've been in this game a while, and one of the tricks is to recognize when it's time to cut your losses.
What I'm trying to say is, there has to be other ways.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I see that gift.
I don't know, Pete. Maybe Grady's got a point.
Broken statuette.
Can you tell me that Martin Fellow's mother badgered you into letting her put money into that project in Darwin Keys, and you refused? Well, small investors. Look, one of my first jobs was working for a Broadway producer. That's how he did it. Selling shares. And it's a Maxwell. I mean, with the interest we've already generated, people are going to jump at us.
There we are.
I'll tell you what, Grady. See if anybody bites. That's terrific.
Well, how about some radio spots? And there's a couple of...
Nicely spotted, Matthew. With our luck, this broken thingy will be the gift Adam was looking for. Well, I guess putting whatever this is back together will tell us why Adam was so determined to find it. I'll let your expert hands handle this.
I think we're on our way.
You gotta give him credit for imagination. With Adam Morton, we could have retired by now.
I have all the stars.
Maybe Slimmy murder isn't the same in the eyes of the law, Sheriff. As far as I'm concerned, that's what we do. Just as sure as if they shot her with a gun.
This is
bobblehead. 17 energy. Great. This is a bobblehead figurine of Martha Price. So that's what Adam calls a gift of sentimental value? This bobblehead looks more like a promotional campaign freebie than a personal gift. Never mind the signature. You're right, Matthew. We should give Adam his statuette back, but don't expect me not to laugh at him.
Don't worry, Sheriff. I'm not going anywhere till I've nailed whoever killed. All right. Whoever's responsible for my mother's death.
And let's get the statuette back.
Looks like you had it figured right.
Adam, Marshall Matthew found your gift. First Mayor Johnson, now Martha Price. You really have a finger in every pie. Can't pick a side? Unless you prove me wrong, being friends with people having different political views isn't against the law. Friends? This precious statuette is nothing more than a campaign freebie from the Blue Party. Ahem. It has my name on it. It's a unique piece handed to me by Martha herself. I'm greatly attached to it, and I would like to thank you, Marshall Matthew. Please accept these gift vouchers. You'll probably need them more than I do. 18,000 coins. I don't know what Adam's playing at, Matthew, but courting both parties might land him in trouble. Ah, well, yet another excuse for keeping a close eye on him. Let's see what Molly Mocard is up to. Mrs. Mocard? Mrs. Mocard, what are you doing here? I'm sure I saw something. Something on some plane debris out there. What? What are you talking about? I saw something on some plane debris out there. Something for me, but I can't find it anymore. Huh? Okay, sure. Marshall Matthew, have a look at that something for you, but please stay away from the bridge, Mrs. Mocard. It's so sad to see Molly still struggling to move on, and that thing she saw. You're right, Matthew. True or not, we'd better check it out. I don't like her wandering around the spot of her last suicide attempt on her own. And I only left myself with the mountain goat because I had the times 6 combo for free. So let's get to the bridge entrance.
Love heals.
And let's see.
A Hallmark Movies and Mysteries special event.
What is going on here? And of course it said new clues.
On Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Trash bag. Flying saucer. Aha!
Since Dexter rewarded her incredible athletic ability, Dorothy continues to be a
Brad Payne.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Hamill for Spin Cycle, the new way to exercise
Wheelbarrow.
for baby boomers and active seniors. Now you can burn calories and stay in shape no matter how busy you are.
Introducing Sit and Cycle. If you just need an
Oh,
easy way
I got another one. You actually found something, Matthew? I'm impressed. I thought it was all in Molly's head. There are words on that plane part you found by the bridge, but they're all scratched. I'm sure it won't be a challenge for you, though.
because it doesn't require strain or uncomfortable positions. Go online to find out more about the benefits of active sitting at sitandcycle.com. If you can sit, you can sit and cycle.
I know that as I'm getting older, exercise is so important. That's why Sit and Cycle is perfect for me.
Accomplish dozens of daily tasks and you burn up to 500 calories an hour. Even if you've taken a long break from exercise or never exercised at all, Sit and Cycle lets you get a gentle start. Go from minimal to moderate exertion with 8 levels of resistance. Plus, the ultra cushion large seat adjusts for a custom fit that reduces pressure on your knees.
Holy moly.
And abs while engaging your core.
Great job, Matthew. I knew some scratches on a plane scrap wouldn't stop you. Holy moly. That must be the name of Walter's plane. Molly was right. She really saw something for her on the plane debris. I guess it's a kind of bittersweet tribute from Walter to his ex-wife. Even though they fought, he still seemed to care, or at least he didn't forget her. You're right, Matthew. We better go show this to Molly.
This amazing trial offer means you can can start burning calories and getting in better shape right away. And listen to this. If you order right now, your shipping is absolutely free. Just call or go online now to experience Sit and Cycle in your home for 30 days for just $19.95. You can't
Tell her.
Sit and Cycle in stores, so you must act now. Your satisfaction is guaranteed.
Mrs. Mocard, you were right. Marshall Mouthy found your name on a debris from your ex-husband's plane. Let me see. Ha! I knew it. I knew I'd seen my name. Walter sure had a weird sense of humor. All this makes me realize how different it could have been after our divorce if I hadn't acted so obsessively. Don't be mad at yourself, Mrs. Mocard. What is done, but now it's time to get yourself together and move on. Yes, you're right. Here, Marshall Mouthy, I'm not going to need this piloting gear anymore. Thanks for helping me deal with my old demons.
These let you choose any doctor who accepts Medicare patients. You're not stuck in a network because there aren't any. Plus, these plans help cover some of the...
What can we do for Lola Velez? Marshall Mouthy, you're here. And Officer Ramirez, too. I'm really glad to see you both. I don't want you to think I'm callous, but I still want to go to my honeymoon. It feels like the best place to do my mourning. Of course, Miss Lola. Everybody has a right to take a break, especially after what you have been through. I knew you'd understand, but I'm scared. My brother, you know what he did. What if the plane I'm about to take has been tampered with? Jan is not here, and... Don't worry, Miss Lola. Marshall Mouthy will spot it if something's wrong with your plane. I'm sure everything is fine.
I gotta go. Don't wait up there for me.
Well, I really haven't planned on it. Have a good day, Granny.
Thanks. What's eating you, Jazz? Story problems?
Laura Buckland's murder. This whole marina project.
Oh, well.
I'm worried for Grady and for everyone else. I mean, there's something about it that isn't quite right. And yet, for every one of my doubts, there seems to be an explanation.
What with the investors?
I'm just going to go ahead with my pet as is. I'm not going to go with the mountain goat.
Well, I do have a patient scheduled in about 10 minutes. What is it, Jess?
Stained tarp.
Young Frank's first sentence.
Let me see. Where did my nickel go?
Exactly. Denver Martin said he knew where his mother's money went. He never told us.
My jacket. Sunglasses. Perfect.
$75,000 went is because you came.
You're right, Matthew. The tarpaulin you found under the jet's landing gear is stained, as if the plane had lost some fluids. We better collect a sample from the tarpaulin, hadn't we?
Prove anything except that he moved a lot of money out of the country where the authorities couldn't touch it. My book makes him guilty.
Will this be?
Anything else about me? I mean, anything that's ledgers.
Will this be?
There was some card receipts. There was a bank book. There was some radio station. Things like that.
I think this will be one thing to wait on. Good job, Matthew. Now what should we do with the sample you collected from the tarpaulin? Oh, right. Send it to the lab, of course. I'll transfer it straight away.
And also get your mother's money back.
How long? 12 hours. I'll get the results tomorrow morning. And for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Okay, folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the unknown substance. Matthew, you can rest assured that the liquid you found in Lola's hangar is in no way a sign of a threat to the plane. Polyurethane, water, and some other pigments. It's aircraft paint. However, the dosage was wrong, and the paint must have melted under the heat. So Miss Lola doesn't have to worry at all. Let's go give her the good news, Matthew. She'll be so pleased. And I'm putting 4 on this because I am also working on the new case at the moment. But this will be uploaded in its entirety beforehand. Let's tell Lola Velez about the paint stain now. Miss Lola, Marshall Mouthy double-checked the hangar, and the only suspicious thing was this weird stain under the jet. which actually was just melted paint. Thank God, I will be able to get away from Grimsborough and its craziness for a few weeks to revitalize a bit. It's always good to take some time on your own. Every year I go fishing in Alaska. No kids, no wife, just me, nature, and the sweet noise of the running river. That sounds great. I'm more the tanning while sipping a pina colada on the sand kind, though. Thank you so much for helping me, Marshal Matthew. Have a burger, please. I just made them. Three more sticker packs coming my way. And let's take a look at the stickers from Grimsborough that I got. And a reminder once again that all collection mode will be filmed off camera. 5 new ones. I'm almost at 100. From what I heard, it actually forms a new sticker pack for you, whichever district you're in, or whichever one you're in, whichever city you're in, whether Grimsborough, Pacific Bay, or the World Edition. And I've also heard that there's going to be a new version coming out. Back in Time. New ones. Five more new ones. Five new ones also. Two rare ones. Cool. And there are two ones that I don't have yet. So I made out pretty good. Case 1. Case 3. 5. The only two ones I did on camera were Case 2 and Case 30. Case 30 because I didn't do Elite Mode on camera. But I will give a hint that the next Elite Mode case that I do will be in the World Edition. Mills, Case 40. There's Martha Price, 54 and 55. Nothing yet in 56, nothing new in 56 though. And that will do. I'll see you guys for my next Elite Mode case, but for now, I'm going to return to the current case at hand and try to get that over with.